welcome you all to the Cybersecurity Day that has been put in place by the SACA Tanzania chapter.
Cybercrime, it's a crime that's committed in the cyberspace, but the how, it's whereby computer networks are used. Sometimes they can be used as a tool, sometimes they can be used as a target, but sometimes they can be used just as a platform whereby people use to perform the crime.
We should not only talk about protection, we need to talk about the recovery, how do we respond, because we know we're never 100% secure. So if we're hit, how do we respond? How are we having those conversations with the board? There is 65% of board members think that the organization is at risk of material cyber attack, but the CISOs don't think so. 48% share the same view. So you see there's a disconnect. The CISOs feel they're safer than what the board thinks. And I believe perhaps in our own organizations, we are probably in a similar sort of situation. So there's a gap, and how do we bridge that gap?
That we should be telling the board is, we secure to enable business. Anybody who's just telling you, oh, kuna vulnerability hapa, what does that mean? Yeah. I don't care if you're showing me PHP, but what does that mean to me? This is a CEO, So one of the big problems we lack technically is for people who are the CSO level, cybersecurity officer, to explain in business terms what this means. Because business on the board, all they want is that risky or is it not? Yeah. So here we're being challenged. So there are different stages. You come from the stage of knowing the technical stuff, then you explain the risks, because not everything is risky to you, There are things happening around the world, all vulnerabilities. You're not going to say all of those are affecting us. Regionally, our attacks are different. Country-wise, our attacks are different. So you're going to have to compare different metrics from. There are very strong institutions that we have from government, like TZSAT. One of the things I challenge young security people is, do you understand what TZSAT is putting out? That is very relative to us. Those are the threats attacking our country. So there's no point you getting intelligence of people attacking the world with these vulnerabilities. From TZSAT, you actually get the real attacks. So that's the challenge that we have.
So there are many governments today who have this minimum or basic cybersecurity requirement for a business. A lot of this information is available online. Tanzania still hasn't reached that, but in my opinion, this would be a good thing to talk to the commission, to talk to the government, to say that most businesses must be certified to this minimum level. So in that regard, therefore, you don't look at all the sophisticated aspects, but at least make sure that the data is protected, it's not accessible, they don't lose things, how do they manage privacy. By the way, when we talk about privacy, don't only think about the telecoms and banking and so on. Most ordinary businesses also have a lot of information which is personally identified about their customers or about their suppliers or about many other things. So define a minimum, and that then minimum becomes a compliance requirement for every business.